Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? It is your maker 2199. Excuse me, bringing you guys another commentary. For this one's gonna be, I'm gonna try to make this one a little bit differently. I'm gonna do a take two on one Shark Tank. I'm not gonna repeat a company, but take two because once I tried it and I don't think it was as effective the first time. So this is like a try two of something similar. So there was this company. I was watching it on I said this a few times. I watch Shark Tank on YouTube. I don't watch it live. I don't really watch it as it's happening or whatever during TV. I rarely actually watch TV. I only use my TV for gaming, and it's not even a TV. It's more it's a computer monitor, and I have my TV. I could use it as a TV, computer, video game, and all of that sort of stuff. So it's a pretty cool setup. So there was this guys. It was two guys, I think. They went in and they had a great idea. It was a fantastic idea that they had. They went in asking, I don't even remember what they were asking, and this is one of the things. When you go into YouTube, you know that nowadays YouTube has so many restrictions with its new algorithm and all of that sort of stuff. So when you come in now into the space, you see a lot of these videos, they get booted out if the algorithm, you know, picks it up as a copywriting thing or whatever. So a lot of these people are losing their videos, and I was watching this particular YouTuber that had a few of them, and I liked them because I was gonna talk about them whenever I had a chance. And right now I have this gameplay, I have a chance to talk about it, and I can't remember every detail on it, so I decided to go back, check to refresh myself on the details, to give you guys the exact details of what happened. And I can't, only because YouTube already deleted those videos, like completely. The channel of this person is gone due to copyright issues and all of that, and that's really unfortunate because that's how I watch a lot of my TV shows and stuff like that. So it's a little unfortunate for the YouTuber and for me. But if you're doing stuff that YouTube is gonna pick up and punish you and all of that, and I don't know, you know, it's just unfortunate. Excuse me. And in the past it wasn't like that before. So now we see this a lot now, or I've seen it a lot, where a lot of other channels, like I loved watching when it was on Netflix, it was an Animal Planet thing, what was it called, River Monsters. Now they took it off. They have a long time that they took it off. The channel's really the video's really interesting because I love fishing. It's really interesting, you know, for me. And they took it off completely from Netflix, and a lot of these videos get deleted from YouTube right away. So it's really hard for me to watch something that I enjoyed in the past, or a clip of it, because they're deleted super fast. Now there's quite the amount of river monsters, and that's just maybe because the algorithm or whatever YouTube systems haven't caught up to that YouTuber in particular, but they soon will. And I've seen a lot of those videos that I used to like, a lot of clips from a few shows that I used to like watching, and they get deleted quite fast. So I just think it's stupid, and I don't know if it was because this guy was actually trying to monetize on it, or what happened. Maybe that was the issue. I have no clue what the issue was, but he got deleted and it was copyright. So I'm not gonna have all the details here for you guys, unfortunately. But I do remember the important parts, because there's a really important lesson, and that's what I wanted to focus on. There's a really important lesson to be learned, and especially a business lesson. So here it goes. It was two guys, and they had a company. I don't know what it was named, unfortunately. That way I could tell you guys how to find it, and that's probably part of the issue why I can't find it anymore. But the company was brilliant. Nowadays, if you guys are informed on business and just in news and stuff like that, you guys will know that AI and all of this technology stuff, it's exploding, and AI is like the biggest focus right now on anything that has to do with technology. Everybody's focusing their efforts on AI, and it's a really big problem. It's going to be a big problem for those of us that are workers, because we're going to be obsolete. If AI works, we're going to be obsolete, and we're not going to have a way to maybe make a living in the future. So it is a problem, and it's something that I've read a lot about. It's always on business news. I'm always reading business news and stuff like that. So they had a system to teach young kids, from a really young age. They were trying to teach them how to program and be able to use computers and technology, so when this change happens, they won't be obsolete, basically. So the thing was made kind of like a game. It was made pretty simple. They would order, I think, monthly, and they would get this little like subscription, and they would program like a little part of a game, a little part of an app. But it was really simple. It was made for kids to be able to learn. And according to them, as they continue to grow and learn more, the programs and stuff like that you subscription to start getting harder. And that is just brilliant. With what is going to happen if AI does make it big and all of this, sort of good stuff. This is going to be really important. Everybody's going to have to know how to program or how to use technology. Not how to use it like this, like playing a video game or anything like that, but how to actually understand it, be able to use it, be able to program it, and all of that stuff. And that isn't easy. Excuse me. That isn't easy. It's pretty darn hard. And I remember, because I took a computer class when I was going to college, and it wasn't easy. Well, it was alright. It's not extremely difficult, but it was just an introductory course, and I can see how complicated it can actually get. So it's not going to be easy, but it's not something that you couldn't learn. If you actually dedicate some time and you focus on it, you'll be able to learn it pretty darn well. So that's what the company was, or is, if they're still going. So first things first, so how do people start a company? That's one of the biggest questions that people have when it comes to business. How do you start a business? And the number one answer, there isn't really like one particular answer. Everybody does it on their own like unique way. So the number one thing is an idea. You have an idea. Maybe you already have an established company from a relative and you're just taking over. Maybe it's a bakery, it's whatever. It's a restaurant, you know how to cook. Nobody in your area cooks the food that you are cooking, and you decide to put that restaurant or that sort of meals or style, whatever, culture into that area. You start a business on whatever, whether it's Cajun style food, Mexican food, American food, or whatever you want, Italian food. So you get this idea, you're like, nobody has an Italian restaurant, I'm gonna put it here in this location, yada yada yada. So you go on, and right here, this guy was so mad, and I didn't mean to steal the kill. I was actually trying to pick her up. I was trying to beat the other guy and picking her up, and I accidentally picked up the other guy, and he was pretty mad, and he had every right to. But yeah, it was unfortunate. I did not want to steal this kill. It just happened. Watch me fail right there. Freaking shotgun is ridiculous. I have no clue why it fired so far right, but it did. It's alright. It's a little bit limp. So to continue with what I was saying, you get this idea, and these guys had a wonderful idea. So now the second step about business is how do I make it happen? Well, the number one thing that you're gonna need in order to make any business happen, open any restaurant location, is gonna be money. So there's where finance comes into play. How do you finance the business? In other words, where do I get the money, or as it's called in business, is we don't call it money, we call it capital. So where do I get the capital? The capital to be able to start the business, to run it, and have it going efficiently, maybe for a few years and all of that. So you do your forecast, you do all of the things that you need to do. business wise, and you get a number. So now that you have a number, you have to create a presentation, and you need to take it in front of investors. Excuse me. And there's several different types of investors, but the most common, they're broken down into two groups, and each group might have like their little like subsections, whatever you want to call them, but it's basically two groups. One of them is going to be an equity investor, and the other ones are going to be debt. And the difference is the method of payments and what they're basically what they're taking away from the company's future cash flows and all of that good stuff. And that's going to be due to method of payment. Some people wanted cash and they want it through interest, monthly, and all of that good stuff. And other people don't really care. They want it on value because they think that the company is going to sell in a few years to a bigger company. And if I have 5% of $1 billion, is going to be a ton of money. So that's an equity, or an equity styled investment. And debt investment it's basically you not having enough confidence on the company being able to be sold or grow at maybe an expected rate of return that you have in mind. So you decide to take it out on debt because you know that they can afford it right now, and you might as well take advantage of the good financial situation that they're in right now, basically. So it all depends how you view the company and all of that, the way that you're going to invest. So these guys went and they got some initial investments before they went into the Shark Tank, and the company was valued like at 6 million or even beyond 6 million. And these are part of the details that I don't remember, but it doesn't really matter for the lesson that I wanted to talk about. And I need to go faster because the video's coming to an end. So the thing to keep in mind is that these guys come in and the sharks are not good. They're going to try to get the biggest chunk, and to keep this in mind, Shark Tank is a big platform, so they have a lot of ways to make this investment grow a lot faster. And not just that being said, some of these investors that are on Shark Tank, they have the connections that most of these people need. So they're going to be able to help them grow their business faster and all of that, or at least that's the idea behind it. Not because they have all of this set up, that doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but there is a higher probability that it will. So everybody went out basically from the deal, and Chris Sacca, one of the invites from Shark Tank, was there. He was interested and he made an offer, but he wanted 5%. These guys weren't gonna let 5% go because, as dickheads, they were quite ignorant. They heard from someone not to do something, and look at the double. They heard from someone not to do something, and they were just gonna stand firm like a total dick, on Viagra, and not gonna change their fucking mind, And it's true, and I hate people when they do that, but some people do it a lot. They hear something, they have no clue what it's being told or what they're talking about. They don't even consider it because somebody told me this, and I'm gonna stay 100% firm on it, and they never change their mind. So Chris wanted 5%. They didn't want to give him 5, but they offered him 4.75%. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, and they lost the deal because of 2.5%. Like, 2.5%. Who the fuck loses a deal over 0.25%? Nobody. And the reason that they needed Sacca or wanted Sacca in is because this guy is the Silicon Valley expert right now from all the sharks. I'm not saying that Mark Cuban or any of the other sharks couldn't help him out. They could. But Chris Sacca is the main guy as of now that we know of on Shark Tank that has those connections and that's able to move product really fast. And because of 2.5%, they missed out on a potential multi-million-dollar deal on Silicon Valley, which was his intentions at the beginning. So I don't know, call me stupid, but you're gonna lose freaking so much money just because you couldn't give that percentage away. It doesn't matter. Your previous investors will understand, and that was their excuse. My previous investors invested higher. It would be unfair. I think they would be happy if they had millions of dollars, not a few hundred. or a few thousand. So I don't know, that was just moronic. That was super moronic. So hopefully if you guys are ever in a situation like that, don't ever make that mistake. Don't be so stingy that you cannot give 2.5% away, you know. Give away the entire percent. Give them the 2.5, make the millions, and leave rich instead of leaving just as broke. And maybe not even, maybe they needed the money badly or whatever. I have no clue. But yeah, you know, that was just super stupid. It was really dumb. And even the little girl that they had a little girl right there that was making a demo. She's even looked at them like morons, and it was really funny. It was really disappointing because it was a great idea, and I think that they should have made a deal, but they were just way too moronic. They didn't understand the value that this guy brought, what he could have done, and they undercutted him and they paid the price. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one. Leave a comment, whatever, like, sub, and all of that. Thank you. Bye.